What's going on, guys? This is Aussie Van Man. How y'all doing today? Today we have a special video for you guys. We are doing another cooking video, but it's not any cooking video. A lot of you guys have been asking me about my air fryer that I use a lot, especially in a lot of my videos recently. It's pretty much almost everyday use out of this air fryer since I got it. It's absolute gold. Now, a lot of you have been asking though what I run it on. Obviously I run it on solar with a battery bank, and a lot of people out there don't actually have that. They run basically portable power stations, and I've been getting questions, can you run the air fryer that I have on a portable power station? Now, I wasn't able to answer that previously because I don't have a portable power station yet. But today we're in luck. My friend Bonnie was able to lend me a couple of portable power stations to do this and test out the air fryer, what it will run. We're going to go into the specs of the power stations and test out running the air fryer on these power stations while we make dinner tonight. And tonight, what's on the menu? So tonight, what's on the menu, guys? Tonight we are doing Vanlife pizzas in the air fryer. So far the air fryer has worked fantastic for doing pizzas. I obviously don't use raw dough for this. These are quick pizzas. These are sort of modified to the Vanlife living. So I use a specific ingredient for the base, and we're going to go look at that now. Let's go ahead and look at the ingredients. Okay, guys, so we actually use pita breads as the base for the pizza, and these have been working absolutely fantastic. They're a little bit bigger than the base of the air fryer bowl because it is a small air fryer, but they kind of tuck up like a lifted crust or a deep dish pizza. So I guess technically you could do a deep dish pizza with these as well. Now, other ingredients we've got some mozzarella. That's some leftover Italian style blend. It's got some mozzarella and other stuff in there. I love black olives, so we got the black olives in there, pepperoni, pizza sauce, mushrooms. Up here we got a bit of andouille sausage that we're going to put on there. I've pre-fried that up a little bit, so it's there ready to go. So, Vanlife pizzas, guys. Super simple, super easy to do. These don't take long. You have all the ingredients prepped and you just put them together, quickly air fry them, and you got dinner ready. Super, super simple, guys, and they taste great. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to test these out on the different power stations that I got. Let's go ahead and look at the power stations as we make the pizzas. Okay, so basically pretty simple. Pita bread goes in the bottom. I like to get it so the sides kind of lift up a little like that, like a crust. And as you can see, fits perfectly down in there. It's like these pita breads were made for this air fryer. Now next thing we need is the pizza sauce on there, obviously. So we got some scoops of pizza sauce there. Go ahead, put that on there. Usually for this size we want about 2 or 3 dollops like that, and then we just spread it out like this. Alrighty, so just spread that pizza sauce around there. Alternatively, you can actually use pasta sauce, marinara sauce or tomato and basil sauce work great. I've done that before, and they come in bigger jars and very cheap. Okay, guys, next we want the pepperoni. We're going to layer the pepperoni on down the pizza. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, we got some pepperoni laid down there. Next we want a little bit more meat, so we're going to go with the sausage, and we're going to spread a bit of sausage around on the base there like that. That's pretty good like that. Okay, guys, what ingredient is next? I think next we're going to put some mushroom on there. Let's go ahead with the mushrooms. Okay, again, same deal with that. We want to put mushrooms, spread it around on the base like so. And as far as these ingredients, obviously making pizza, you can sort of put whatever you want on there. Personally, I love pepperoni, black olives, and mushroom. So that's what we're doing tonight. And you can put as much or as little as you want on there. Now, obviously, the more ingredients you put on there, possibly the longer it'll take to cook, and possibly the wetter that the pizza will be. So just take that in mind. So if you put a lot of sauce on there, it may make the base soggy. And if you put lots of cheese on there, the grease might melt all over the pizza and make it greasy. Okay guys, next ingredient. I think we're gonna go with the black olives next. Let's go ahead with that. Okay, black olives, here we go. I love black olives. They're absolutely delicious. I can eat them by themselves. So we're gonna put plenty of black olives on here, like that. Delicious. Now I think the only thing left to do is put the cheese on top and fire it up and put it in the air fryer. Additionally, if you wanted to, you could put some little sprinkle of dry herbs or even fresh herbs on there as well. I'm not going to bother with this. I already know this pizza tastes really nice the way it is. So we're going to plug it in to one of these power stations and let it rip. All right, let's go on with some of that mozzarella cheese on here. We want plenty so it's nice and cheesy. We also want just enough so we're not making it incredibly greasy. I think that's perfect. So what are we powering this first pizza on? This is a Pecron E1500 Pro. It has the capability of surge power of 4,000 watts and actual power of 2,000 watt output. Okay, so at 2,000 watt output power, we know that my 500 watt air fryer will definitely run off this power station. But it's not about if it will run on there, it's like if it will run long enough to cook what you want on there. So the wattage hour on this Pecron 1500 Pro is 1450 watt hours. So if you divide that down, do the maths, you're roughly gonna get maybe an hour and a half of constantly running this air fryer on there. So as long as you're not using the air fryer for longer than an hour and a half, you'll be able to use it to do whatever you need to do on there. But the air fryer does cycle on and off, so you probably get longer than that. You may get like 2 hours out of it probably. All right, let's power it up and put the pizza in. So these Pecron E150s, they go, depending on whether they're on special or not, they range from around $900 to $1,200 to buy one of these. All right, let's fire up the air fryer and see how it cooks. Okay, put the pizza in. Okay, fire it up. There we go, we have power. As you can see down on the screen here, it's saying it's actually using 536 watts it's pulling right now. So a little bit more than the 400 it says that it uses. That might be because it's running a fan and such like that. But you can see down here, you'll get about 2.4 hours according to this out of that. Now the great thing is this pizza doesn't take long. It's only going to take maybe 5 to 10 minutes to cook this in the air fryer. Probably not even 10 minutes. So we're gonna cook this pizza. We're at 99% on the portable power station. We're gonna see what the percentage is when we're finished cooking the pizza. Okay guys, so it has been on for roughly around 5 minutes now, and I think the pizza's done already. Let's go ahead and look at what the percentage of the battery is on the power station. Okay, as you can see, it's only used 5% of the battery in about 5 minutes of using the air fryer. Okay, not bad for a whole pizza. Now let's go ahead and look at the pizza. Oh yeah, look at that, that is delicious. Let's plate it up real quick. Okay, there we have it. Beautiful, delicious looking pizza. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Okay, we're done with pizza number 2. We're going to put that into the air fryer. Let's have a look at it quick. Alright, looking pretty good. So, what are we powering pizza number 2 on? We're actually powering it on a much smaller power station just to test it out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fire that air fryer up. Now, what are we powering it on next? Next, we're powering on a much smaller unit because we want to test out for those who are on more of a budget, whether they can run it on a smaller power system. So this is the Bluetti EB3A, and it is a 600 watt output with 1200 watt surge output, and it has around, I think it was 290 something watt hours. So yeah, you probably couldn't get a full hour out of this. Maybe you could get about an hour off the air fryer on this thing, but we're only using it for 5 minutes and it cycles on and off, so it shouldn't use too much. It's definitely going to use more than 5%, but with 600 output, it should be able to still power this air fryer. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up. Okay, power on. On up. Okay, so we tried to fire it up. It says overload, so we're going to try to reset that real quick because I had it on when I did it. So let's turn it off. Turn it back on. Now let's try fire it up. Let's try that again. Okay, so no luck. It said overloaded, but I did have the air fryer already on when I started it up. So let's see if it works now that I have reset it. Okay, that's on. Let's try turn the air fryer on. No. Apparently the surge output is too much for this little Bluetti 600. Maybe the surge output on starting the air fryer exceeds 1200 just to get it started. That spike might be too much for it. So we cannot use the Bluetti for that, unfortunately. Okay guys, so Bluetti EB3A 600 watt. Even though this thing only takes, it's a 400 watt air fryer, but as we tested it on the other power station, it was actually taking a bit over 500 watts to run it. Apparently the initial surge power of the air fryer was too much for the Bluetti 600 and it was overloading it. So you cannot run it on a Bluetti 600 watt. So something bigger than that perhaps, or something that has a higher surge watt on it perhaps. Now of course the pecron ran it no problem because the pecron has a surge watt of 4000 watts and it has an output of 2000 watts. Now my inverter on my battery bank is a 2000 watt inverter, so I know for a fact that that can run it, and so can the pecron. How low can you go on that? Obviously not with a Bluetti EB3A 600 watt. I don't have any other sizes to test out now, but if we have access to other size power stations, we will go ahead and try that out in the near future, and we'll keep you guys updated with that. But for now, I've plugged the air fryer back into my power system. I'm going to finish cooking off my dinner, get that other pizza cooked off, and yeah, I think that's a wrap. Just got to taste test the pizza when it comes out, so we'll be back in a second. All right guys, pizza number 2 is up. We're going to taste test it real quick and wrap the video up. Oh yeah, I'm excited about this, guys. Very delicious. I normally just do pepperoni black olive on it because I like to be simple and that's my go-to. But today I decided to be different, put some sausage and some mushroom on. Now I'm using different pita bread, and it's a little bit softer, but still turned out pretty good. Oh yeah, that is delicious. That is pizza right there. Guaranteed, that is pizza. That is just like as if I bought it from a pizza store. Absolutely delicious. Honestly, with pizza that good, I don't need to go to the pizza store anymore. I can cook it right here in my van for a quarter of the cost. It is so good. All right, guys, so that was a bit interesting. Obviously, try that recipe out. If you guys got an air fryer, try these pita bread pizzas out, because they are absolutely fantastic, delicious, and cheap. Super simple. But again, it's interesting seeing what the power stations are able to do, where that Bluetti power station is rated to enough to what this should have been able to run this air fryer, but I guess the surge watts on the air fryer is more than the Bluetti can withstand. Now the surge watts, if you guys don't understand what surge watt means, when you're initially starting up electronic product, it won't use what it normally uses while running. It'll like spike the electricity use right at the start to get it started. All the electricity sucks right in, and it'll take a huge amount just to get it started right at the start, and then it'll come back down to what its normal operating power is. And I think that's why it's overloading it. I think its surge watt usage on the air fryer is much higher than 1200, so it jumps right up and then comes back down, and the Bluetti just can't keep up with that. But the pecron had no problem doing that. So yeah, so interesting outcome there. I'm sure other products that aren't like an air fryer could certainly run on a Bluetti, but with the air fryer, it is a hot element that's in there, so I guess initially starting that up takes up a lot of energy. All right, guys, let me know down in the comments what you thought of this recipe. Let me know if you tried it out, and let me know your different ways of making pizza. Also, let me know down below if you have an air fryer or something like that. Let me know what kind of power units you guys are running it off. If you're running on like main hookups, or if you're running on solar power like I do, or if you're actually running one of these air fryers off of a portable power unit. Let me know below, guys. Until next time, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and until next time, this is Aussie Man, and we'll see you later, guys.